Hey Simmers!
Hi everyone!
Welcome to Make 2 and a Sims FreePlay neighbor visit. This is Ioana's town, and this is the building that she wanted us to see. It's not actually a house, it's a block of flats or an apartment building.
Yep, that's the correct term. And this is massive. It takes up the entire blob of this premium lot, the entire space. It's on 4 floors in total. 1 is a basement and 3 floors above ground. And it has a lot of apartments in it, so there's a lot to get through. And she's done an amazing job of stuffing this place to the gills and giving each of the apartments its own individual spin. I don't think any 2 apartments are alike in the rooms and placement of everything, and also every apartment has the individual styling of its occupants as well. So really, really impressive stuff and a lot for us to get through.
Cool.
So let's start off, shall we, on the first floor. Now there is a sort of pattern to all of these, but I said each one is different, so we're going to go from left to right. So here we have the first apartment, and you can see it goes in through this double doors here. You have a big living room. That goes through to a hallway with a little computer there. Here we have the bathroom, and then at the end there's the kitchen, sort of nicely specced out, so everything you would need, and then a bedroom at the end. And there's a door at the back which leads onto a balcony.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Here, by the way, you can see the stairs going down to the basement. Mm-hmm. And you can also get a sense that every apartment does have its own little patio area. So that's apartment 1. Here's apartment 2 right next to it. A similar pattern, starting off with a big living room, but it has a kitchen right next door. I love the double wide.
Mm-hmm. Which means
doors
there's
there.
room for, what is that, a cabinet?
I think that's a fridge. Yeah, a cabinet. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Then there's a corridor here. Again, we have a bathroom and a bedroom off that corridor. The bedroom here has a small walk-in closet, and there's the door to the patio. But this also has a second bedroom, and this is a shared bedroom for 3 little kids.
Toddler and preteens.
Exactly, cool. Yeah. Yep, so this is a very full household for an apartment so small. As we move along, you can also see these stairs. This is how you get up to the second floor, and it's actually a really clever technique. You can see behind here too.
Oh yeah, like a water heater.
Oh, water heater,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's a very nice touch. So we are on apartment 3. Here we go, another living room entrance, or straight into the living room. Rather than having the kitchen, we now have a large bedroom right off the living room. Again, we have the corridor here for the back, but this time this is where we have the kitchen, again in that U shape. Another second bedroom at the back with the door onto that patio, with a walk-in closet as well. But on the other side, rather than having a room for the kids, this is an office.
Very nice.
And on the other side you have the bathroom.
I just want to point out that Ioana's used basically the same kind of kitchen counters and appliances, and also the same sort of bathroom appliances as well. This is very realistic for an apartment building. It just makes sense, in my view, to have a similar choice of items for basic stuff like bathroom and kitchen, and also it helps cut down on the object cap, which is a limit on the number of types of items you can have on a single property. So, having the same counters and the same oven and refrigerator and all that stuff helps cut down on the number of types of items and helps a big building like this stay under the object cap.
Mm-hmm. I was going to just makes sense for how these buildings are built. The apartment owner puts in the kitchens and you bring in everything else.
Yeah.
Here we are on the last of our apartments on this floor, a really big
What's going
living
on
room.
with your Sim? Oh, okay, your Sim's got
he's
the
in
onesie, sorry.
a bunny onesie. That's Harry in a bunny onesie. And here, rather than having a spine corridor down the middle, the spine is at the edge, and that links on to a bathroom here, kitchen at the end, and the second door off that hallway takes you to the master bedroom with a little sort of nook office off of that, which is really cute. Mm-hmm. So another thing is, because all of these are slightly different, with these stairways going through, there's also been great use of every square is filled with room, which is really nicely done.
Filled with room.
So there's no empty squares, so all the rooms fit together for the whole floor. So even though some things are different...
Yeah.
Okay, let's go up to the second floor. And here you can see immediately, you can see these spines of staircases going up, not just to the second, but also to the third floor. which I think is really nice. So as you go up to the second floor here, you have the entranceways on either side, so slightly offset, so you can put two doors very near each other. So if we go through this door, we get to this apartment. It's very, very similar in structure to the apartment immediately below it. Here you have the living room, a corridor here is being used for a drum set, and you have a little nook corridor here with the bathroom off one door and the bedroom off the other, and right at the end you have the kitchen.
There's a balcony at the back?
Yes, and each of these have a balcony off the bedroom normally at the back.
Mm-hmm.
And each showing their little unique touches. Off of this door on the right hand side of this first stairwell, very similar to downstairs again, we have the living room here, this big open plan kitchen, a corridor spine down the middle with a bathroom off one side and a smallish bedroom off the other, but with that built-in closet. And on the other side, what was downstairs, that sort of nursery kids room, is now just a second bedroom for guests or something with a whole bunch of wardrobes. Moving along to staircase number 2, there's just one apartment off this, so we take this door here. That leads us into the open plan living room, dining room. A very large bedroom immediately off that, again very similar to below. Here we have the long corridor with a kitchen on the right and a kids' room on the right as well, with a study or a walk-in closet. And on the other side, it's like a second living room, I think. And now we come to the third stairwell and the fourth apartment on the second floor. A lot of numbers to keep in my head. And that leads up to a massive living room with the kitchen immediately off that, which leads straight back through to this study area with stereo. And on the other side of the living room, there's a separate corridor which leads into the bathroom and the single large bedrooms. This is actually one of the biggest apartments on this floor, I think, but it's just one bedroom. So this person has a lot of space. And again, you can see all of the balconies for the second floor there.
Very nice.
Ready for the third floor?
Yep.
Okay, so the third floor. So we've now got, I think this space has been turned into a balcony just to fill up the space here. And then you go all the way back, and again, you've got two entranceways off the top of this landing. So going through the first one here, you enter into the back room, which is just used as a little study area. This is where you have the balcony. That leads off into a little kitchen. And from there, you come round into this corridor area, another sort of corridor area, and here you have the bathroom. And at the back,
very big,
really nice bedroom with kind of a living room mixed in as well. So that's a very nice bedroom there. Off of the second apartment off this first stairway on the third floor, we have a kitchen. Coming straight off of this large, very open plan, sort of relatively sparse living room. That connects us to a long wide corridor which has been used both for music and also at the end there's extra room for a little office area. When you come down the end of this corridor, you get to a very big bedroom again with a space heater and an open plan sort of bedroom for a toddler with play area.
That's really cute.
And here we have, the bathroom just next to that stereo, so it's really nice.
That keeps everything really cozy in the family as well.
Agreed. We're now on the second of 3 stairwells, and this only has one apartment off it. You go straight in to a dining area, which leads straight into a kitchen, which leads on round straight into this corridor, which, let me just get my bearings, yes, there has, because this is a big one. It leads into a bedroom on the right-hand side with a walk-in closet and balcony at the back.
This one has 2 balconies because it's got this off the dining room.
Oh, yeah,
as
you're
well.
right, yeah. Yeah, because I think this is probably the biggest one. Maybe the next one is vying for being the biggest in the whole building. Yeah, so we then go down this long corridor. Here we have an office. On the other side, a bathroom. And at the end here, we have a living room. And off of the living room, a second bedroom.
Yeah, that's a really big apartment.
That's really big, yeah. And then off of the third stairwell on the third floor, this only has one apartment as well, leads straight into this living room with dining room attached. balcony here. From here there's a separate office, and from the other side of the living room it goes round into the kitchen here, which is a good use of space.
Yeah.
And then from the other side it leads down another corridor into a bathroom, and then a really big, very spacious, very white, as the whole of this apartment is, bedroom.
I feel like this one's probably my favorite apartment so far because I think the layout is really good. Or it makes a lot of sense to me anyway, and
Yeah.
I like the decor being this sort of black and white style here.
Yeah. Cool.
So there's another set
There
of apartments
is,
in
yeah.
the basement.
Yeah, so we go all the way back to the beginning to here. So they have their own special entrance. And let's go down. And this is pretty full on.
I'm going to pretend that these basement apartments have like small windows at the very top
exactly.
of the walls.
Yeah, you can't expect them to have no light at all. Here we have a communal laundry area. Certainly, I think for this floor where the apartments are, they feel a little bit smaller. I don't think just because they're underground. And the first apartment is off this corridor here. Again, these all have open plan living rooms with kitchens. So the kitchen is not in a separate room. Here we have a corridor off of that kitchen living room, which leads to a bathroom. At the back, the first bedroom. Yes, sorry, just that one bedroom for this one. That snakes. It's kind of got this weird snake shape. The second apartment here, a pretty tight and cozy living room with kitchen. Take the corridor at the back, leads to the bathroom, and then this other corridor here, which is lined with storage units, which I think makes a lot of sense. Here we get to that first bedroom, which is also mixed in with a living space, and then here it goes into a kid's bedroom.
Interesting.
Yep. So it's kind of, two bedrooms in this one, which is, interesting use of space. Here we are with the third apartment, and this apartment is empty. There's just a pile of used boxes.
That's a nice touch.
Yeah, so clearly
Ready to move into.
Exactly, I think that's really nice. This is what the base unit looks like. And the next, I think it's just 2 apartments left on this corridor, or like this, are basically identical in layout to this empty one, but just differently decorated. So
yeah, that's a really nice touch.
Plan room, bedroom at the back, and exactly the same bathroom here. So this is the bedroom, which is pretty nice, done in tan. Here we have the second bedroom for the next apartment along, done in a darker theme, and then slightly, cute little living space there as well. Now we're into the final apartment, which has a completely different layout. So here we go into the big living room with a little office area. We have a long spine central corridor. On one side we have a kitchen. If we go down again, here we have the bathroom. At the end we have the master bedroom. It's very nice. I like that use of the coffee table there. And on the other side of that corridor you have a kid's bedroom, which is shared with 2 children with a barrier between the middle, so they can't fight too much at night time. And I think it's just that one room on that side.
Cool.
So wow, that is a lot of apartment in this apartment building. I can't even count the number of apartments.
Yeah, you've lost count already.
Yeah, I'm normally good at counting, but this one has flummoxed even me.
Well, thank you so much to Ioana for inviting us to see this apartment building. We hope you guys enjoyed the tour as well. Please let us know in the comments what you think. And if you're new to our channel in the meantime, please feel free to subscribe because we've got plenty more Sims FreePlay videos on the way.
Thanks for watching.